What's up, guys? Welcome back to Everyday Money. Today I want to touch on a subject that we haven't spoken about here in a little bit, and that is the Shiba Inu Token project. I did a few videos of it a while back, and I really haven't made much on it because really the Shiba Inu token hasn't had much going on with it in the last several months or so. Now, every once in a while there will be a somewhat big uptick. Just recently when the coin went out live on Coinbase Regular, we had a large upswing of approximately 30%. But the downside to that, and even though people were posting pictures of the large lines up the chart, is that it was really only getting back to where it had previously been several times before. And if you look back on the chart, there are like 5 or 6 different areas where it has had a nice spike, but really only gets up to like that 0.50 and a 9 before it starts fizzling out and then trading downward for the next couple weeks to the next thing. Other than that, and people saying that it's going to go to $1, which it's not, because of math. The biggest thing that I've heard going on that people want to see with this coin is some sort of a burn. And I've done videos on burns before, and I just do not think that a burn is going to happen in a large way. And I don't even think that it would be effective to really raise the price of this coin, or really more than the price, raise the value of this coin, because that is what it really comes down to, is how much money this is worth in US dollars and the overall market cap of the project. So when we're talking about doing a coin burn, that really is sort of like a reverse stock split for the stock market, and generally that is not a great thing for the company that is issuing it. It usually means that they've issued too many shares, their company is far too diluted, or their value of their shares has come down to a point where they might be at risk of getting delisted from whatever market that they're on, and they need to reduce the amount of shares outstanding in order to boost the individual share price, even though it doesn't change the value of the company at all. Now, the biggest deal with burning Shiba Inu coins in a large fashion is that there are no developer fund to burn from. For example, if the developers own like 50% of the coins, they could say that they're going to burn 25%, and that could dramatically raise the price of the coin, with everyone else being unaffected. The problem is that all of these coins are now out in circulation. Either swaps own them, individuals own them, institutions own them, and there is no just one pot to burn from. So what they would have to do, if anything, if you want to do a system-wide burn of coins, they would essentially have to do a reverse stock split or a reverse coin split, where they would take a certain amount of coins away from everybody. The problem with that is that not everyone's going to be hit with that. The people that have their coins in cold storage that's offline, those folks would totally lose or miss out on that burn, so to speak. The burn would miss them, and they would end up with more value because their coins would go up in value because they're less in circulation, but theirs didn't get burned at all, so they would still have the same amount of coins. And with that in mind, I don't think that you could just do an across-the-board coin burn of like 10% or 20% or 50%, whatever. The second way that I've seen people talk about burning coins is for a voluntary burn for individual users. And I find that this should just be a horribly bad idea, because if you need to destroy an asset in order for that asset to perform, then it's just not an asset that is going to perform, and it's not something that I would want to be invested in anyway. But just for the sake of argument, I looked up how many holders there are of SHIB right now. There's about 668,000 holders, and if all of those people would burn 1 million tokens all at one time, we would burn about 668 billion tokens all at once. That sounds like a big number. You might think that would work, that would be a great thing and would dramatically drive the price of the coin up, and it may in a very short period of time, but you are only burning 0.17% of the approximately 395 trillion tokens out there. So your 668 billion token burn just isn't really going to amount to anything at all. This also goes along with the, I think it's $25,000 burn, something like that, that Shiba developers are using to as a way to get into the Shiba swap, for other coins to be on the Shiba swap. And really that $25,000 in approximately $3 billion market cap is just such a drop in the bucket that is really not going to make any difference in the price of the coin anytime soon. Now, once you get past the mechanics of that, you really have to get into, what would a coin burn really do for the Shiba Inu token? All it would really do is reduce the amount of tokens that are in circulation. And being that there's such a vast amount of tokens in circulation, you would really need to burn at least 99% of them, which I don't think is feasibly possible. But even if we did burn, let's say 50%, the total value of the ecosystem of Shiba Inu token and the total value of what you hold in your wallet right now wouldn't change. All you would see is your amount of tokens being decreased by whatever percentage of burn that they wanted to do, if that was even feasible, like disregarding all the things that I've just previously said. And again, that's not going to raise the market cap of the coin. That's not going to change the amount of money that yours is worth in US dollars. Because, for example, if they did a 50% burn, the price of the coin would double, but you would have 50% of them. So your money that it is worth would still be exactly the same at the end of the day. Another thing is that burning coins does not bring cash into the ecosystem. Like I just said, the total market cap would still remain the same. If we did it right now, it'd be around $3 trillion. And what really needs to happen is for more money to flow into the ecosystem, regardless of how many tokens are outstanding at any period of time. No matter how many are outstanding, if you double the market cap of the token, then the price per token will go up. If you simply take a bunch of tokens out of the system, you have the same market cap, and no more money flows into it, you're going to be left with the same dollar worth of the token at the end of the day. And these burns, while they might get some attention briefly, they might get some Reddit, they might get some Twitter focus, I'm sure people would do YouTube videos on them, it would be most likely a brief pop in the price, and it probably would not be anything that would be sustainable, as we've seen as this token gets listed on Shiba Swap. When that went live, when they started getting listed on Coinbase, on Crypto.com, on Binance, on any of these other exchanges, where we saw a very brief pickup in the price and really no sustainability to that, and essentially falling back down into the 0.50, 7, or 8. Another thing that burning tokens doesn't do is give it any more a real world utility. Now I see people out there saying, well, it has utility now because we can put it on the swap and we can stake it for additional coins, and returns. And while that is a bit of utility, which you could already do on Crypto.com without paying the outrageous gas fees to transfer into the Shiba Swap, there is no real world utility for this token outside of some very niche operations where people are probably also Shiba Inu token holders, they're business owners, and they have agreed to take SHIB as a form of payment. But burning tokens does not get any more utility for this token, and in a way it sort of takes away from its validity, because they're basically saying by burning tokens that the system as it is not sustainable, there's no growth in it, and it needs to be reduced in the amount of circulating volume to prop up the price. Again, this is propping it up. This is a trick to increase the price of the token so that it looks more desirable to investors, for people to use it. And maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but burning alone does not add any utility to a token that could use some more utility and just some more confidence in the market. So guys, one of the things that I want you guys to remember is that when you look at the wolf paper and you look at Reddit and you look at Twitter and YouTube and you see all these things about SHIB going to 1 cent or going to 10 cents or $1 or anything else that's outrageous, when you sit down and you do the math on how much that would be worth compared to the world economy or the United States economy or the S&P 500, you always have to remember that in the wolf paper it clearly states that The Shiba Inu token is meant to outpace Doge without ever reaching 1 cent. And so that means that they are looking at a percentage gain. They're looking to create returns that outpace Doge, not the raw price number of Dogecoin. Now, what a burn can do is, in the temporary manner, it can bring in cash inflows. And I said that that is one thing that it doesn't necessarily do just on the fact of it being a burn. But if you did burn enough and it did get enough popularity, there could be a momentum built essentially on FOMO of the tokens being burned, the price going up, some people coming in because they've heard about it now and the price is going up, and then they bring their money in and it goes up and up and up. And, you know, maybe it stays up at that point, or maybe after those people come in and other folks take profits out, it just slides right back into that point 5 zeros, you know, 9, 7 and 9 range, something like that. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, be sure to hit that subscribe button down there to grow your wealth, increase your success, put you on the road to financial freedom. We don't just talk about crypto, Shiba Inu token on here. We talk about all things personal finance, investing in stocks, real estate, crypto, creating passive streams of income to put you on the road to financial freedom. I appreciate you guys watching today, and I'll see you in the next one.